So you are a game master out there wanting to put together a sandbox campaign, right? You want to come up with hooks, all these different reasons for characters to go out and do something. Find treasure, what have you. Face bad guys, the whole 9 yards. Maybe some of you have made up these games where you've had unrealistic reasons for why characters might go out and do something. Well, here's where we can, lean into the real world, right? You don't have to always lean into the real world. Remember, we're running fantasy, but in this area we can. In the real world, we have this thing called entrepreneurs. People that go after starting businesses. Some might even start a private military, depending on the work they're doing in the world. Well, why wouldn't that be happening more often in a fantasy world with magic, where there's clearly opportunities for money, all kinds, and there's enemies, orcs, goblins, say in D&D, all kinds of things that might make that harder. So why wouldn't you see more private militaries? And why wouldn't the characters who have these special abilities, why wouldn't they be constantly, hired? Why wouldn't entrepreneurs constantly seek them to go out and clear the dungeon? They want to take over the dungeon. They want to take over this area. They want to, secure this part of the forest. And that should be constantly happening. There should always be work projects. And think about it, you're in a world of magic. It's like finding oil, right? There's like an entrepreneur would see magic and see money, right? And so why wouldn't they be trying a lot of things? And I see a lot of games out there where none of this is represented, at least not represented on that scale. And in my opinion, you should represent it on that scale, especially in areas where it's a bigger kingdom and there's more people to go after more money. Why wouldn't you see all kinds of people out there looking to hire characters with special skills, like, the player characters? And I get it. There's going to be no king that wants to see the farmer just coming off the farm. But if you have some unique, combative skills, why wouldn't a mayor, right, who's also going for things, trying to compete with the entrepreneurs that are in the private sector, why wouldn't they be looking to hire people? Why wouldn't all these groups be competing with each other on some political level? And just say, like, fast travel, magic, and all this, you might think, well, why would the characters know about, magical gates everywhere? Why would you bring that stuff in? And if it was a play toy, why wouldn't that take some value? Wouldn't that take some life out of the game? Well, I agree. Normal people shouldn't know about magical gates and easy travel and all this. But when you get to the entrepreneurs or you get to the mayor, maybe they know of a gate that is held in secret where, they won't allow normal people around that gate, right? But you can use that gate to go somewhere else. That's part of the, fantasy and magic, right? And if the characters who have special skills, unlike normal people, well, they get opportunities to hook into these groups and then find out about the gates and then use them for convenient travel from one place to another, right? I'm not saying take magic and make it cheap. So make sure it's not cheap. Make sure people in the world see magic as something unique and valuable and something they want to secure and not let other people touch if they have an opportunity. But hey, the characters are people with unique skills, unlike the common person in the town or city. So why wouldn't they have opportunities? Why wouldn't people that with money and entrepreneurs seek these people out to make sure they secure the locations with the gates? Again, they secure that dungeon or the forest so they can move in, the entrepreneurs, and make lots of money. And that's what they're looking to do, make lots of money, right? And to me, the characters under those circumstances should find work easy, should find reasons to adventure and hooks really easy. And you should have a much easier time coming up with reasons why the characters will be out doing this stuff or connected to people that know things and whatnot compared to normal people in the town or normal people in the city. I like thrillers. I like games that are focused on politics. But you can tie that to the action, right? You don't have to just have an action board game or you go over here and you play this, intrigue stuff over here, politics, the whole 9 yards, and all the drama that goes with that. I think all that goes together. I think if you understand the connection between them, you can see how one side justifies the other and the other side justifies that side, right? Like the clearing out the dungeons, all this can tie into the politics. And the politics can give you all the reasons, from politics to the private sector, all the reasons to justify why characters might be out doing something regular people don't do. Why would they be out adventuring and doing all this stuff? What, just on their own accord? No, well, no. It would make more sense to have people pressuring them to get out. Like, hey man, I know you're free to do what you want, but we want to hire you. We want you to go out and do this. We believe in you. And why aren't you taking that sales pitch to characters as a game master with some rich person looking to hire them? And why would rich people that are looking to hire these people always have their noses stuck up in the air? Now, I see some games where the rich guy and his bodyguard is in the, the end of the bar, and they're going to have an attitude with the characters. And I'm like, is that really how entrepreneurs are? And would you ever really see the entrepreneur sitting at the fucking inn? Would he ever go out by himself and do that? Or even with a few bodyguards? No. And to me, if you see someone sitting at a town bar or inn or something like that, and he has some bodyguard, I would assume he's not the entrepreneur you really want to connect with, right? You want the person who has their shit together. And somebody who has their shit together doesn't carelessly show up in public looking for you in this way, right? They're going to have people come to you with letters, notes, and trying to sell you on something. Not have an attitude. Make it something that you are going to be attracted to. And then if you say no the first time, why wouldn't an entrepreneur come back and ask again? That's another great thing for the game master. Just because you offer a hook and they turn it down, well, if you use what I'm suggesting here, well, there's excuses to bring the hook back to them. Like, hey, you guys denied me 3 days ago, but I'm desperate. I don't want to give up. I'll offer more money, right? I'll spice it up a bit more. Right? Why can't you do that? Well, you can under these circumstances, and it will make sense to the players with their characters that you're doing it in this way, but you have to present things in this way, right? You have to present entrepreneurs and mayors that want to get things done and they're desperate and looking for people with skills. You've got to present all that, and then it becomes something realistic, something you can relate with, your players can relate with. It won't be unrealistic, and then you get all this politics and all these other things you can bring into the game that are important. But they justify all the adventuring, the dungeon crawls, and all the stuff the characters are going to be going on. So there is some food for thought when you're putting a game together, right? Look at the world, look at people that want to make money and make things happen and make things move forward, and realize you can use all that and those kinds of people to affect the game in a positive way for the player characters. Anyway, for now, take care. You know what you can do? You can hit the like button. You can share the video. Oh, and there's another button you can press. That one that lets you subscribe to my channel for more content. Oh yeah, there's that bell thing. You can press that so you know when I've uploaded a new video right away.